Hey everyone, and welcome back to Thesaurus Thrive. I'm Lily, and I'm so excited to be here with you today.
And I'm Ava. It's great to connect with all of you again. We're on a mission to help you speak English naturally and confidently.
Absolutely. So, Ava, have you ever been in a situation where you're at a beautiful restaurant, maybe in a new country, and you suddenly feel a bit nervous about ordering or asking for something in English?
Oh, absolutely, Lily. It's happened to me more times than I'd like to admit. Even for native speakers, sometimes you just get caught off guard or you don't want to sound awkward. And for English learners, I know that feeling can be even stronger.
Exactly. It's one of those everyday situations that can feel like a big challenge, but it doesn't have to be. Today, we're going to break down real English conversations at the restaurant, from beginner to intermediate level. We'll give you all the phrases, vocabulary, and confidence boosters you need.
That's right. By the end of this episode, you'll feel much more comfortable and ready to handle any restaurant situation in English. We'll cover everything from making a reservation to ordering, asking questions about the menu, and even paying the bill.
So let's dive right in. The very first step, sometimes, is making a reservation. Not all restaurants require it, but for popular places or if you're going with a big group, it's a good idea. How do we start that, Ava?
Great question, Lily. Usually you'd call the restaurant, so when they answer, you can say something simple like, "Hello, I'd like to book a table, please." Or, "Hi, I'd like to make a reservation."
Those are both super clear. So book a table and make a reservation mean the same thing. Easy to remember. Then what do they usually ask?
They'll probably ask for the date and time and for how many people, so you can say for tonight at 7 p.m. for 2 people, or for Saturday the 15th at 8 o'clock for a party of 4.
Notice how Ava said a party of 4. That's a common way to say for 4 people in this context. It sounds very natural. What if my preferred time isn't available?
Good point. They might say, "Sorry, we're fully booked at 7 p.m. Then you can ask, "Do you have anything available a bit earlier, maybe 6:30? Or, "What about later, around 7:30 or 8? It's all about being flexible.
Yes, flexibility is key. And finally, they'll ask for your name and contact number. You'd just say, "My name is Lily and my number is," and give your number. Simple as that.
Exactly. So let's quickly review the reservation phrases. Repeat after us, or just in your head if you're shy, but saying it aloud is always better. First one, "I'd like to make a reservation."
Your turn. I'd like to make a reservation.
Next, for 2 people at 7 p.m. on Friday.
Repeat. For 2 people at 7 p.m. on Friday.
And if you need to ask about availability, "Do you have any tables available around 8 o'clock?
Practice it. Do you have any tables available around 8 o'clock? Great job.
All right, so you've successfully booked your table. Now, the exciting part, arriving at the restaurant. You walk in and usually there's a host or hostess waiting to greet you.
Right. They'll probably say something like, "Welcome. Do you have a reservation?" Or, "How many are in your party?"
And you can respond, "Yes, we have a reservation under the name Your Name." Or, if you didn't make one, "No, we don't. A table for 2, please."
Again, under the name is important here. It tells them where to find your booking. What if the restaurant is busy and there's a wait?
They might say, "It'll be about a 20-minute wait." You can then decide if you want to wait or not. "Okay, we'll wait at the bar." Or, "Actually, we'll try somewhere else. Thank you."
That's a very polite way to decline. Remember, it's totally fine to change your mind. Let's practice these arrival phrases.
Okay, first, "We have a reservation under your name."
Say it with us. We have a reservation under your name.
If no reservation, a table for 3, please.
Repeat. A table for 3, please. Fantastic.
Once you're seated, the server will usually come over to take your drink order. This is a simple interaction, but it's a good warm-up for ordering food.
Yes, they'll typically ask, "Can I get you started with some drinks?" Or, "What can I get you to drink?"
You can order directly. "I'll have a glass of water, please." Or, "A Coke for me, thanks."
If you want something specific, like a particular wine or beer, you can ask, "Do you have any local beers?" Or, "What kind of white wines do you have?" And if you're not sure, you can always ask for a recommendation. What do you recommend for a drink? Or what's popular here? That's a great way to start a little conversation too.
Definitely, sometimes you just want to see what's special. Also, don't forget to ask for water if you want it. Could we get a jug of water for the table? Or, just tap water is fine, thank you.
Tap water is usually free, which is good to know. Okay, let's practice ordering drinks. First phrase.
I'll have a coffee, please.
Try it. I'll have a coffee, please.
Next, what kind of juices do you have?
Repeat. What kind of juices do you have? You're doing great.
Now, the main event, ordering your food. This is where many learners feel the most pressure, but we're going to make it super simple for you.
The server will come back and ask, "Are you ready to order?" Or, "Can I take your order?" Sometimes they might ask, "Have you had a chance to look at the menu?"
If you need more time, it's perfectly fine to say, "Could we have a few more minutes, please?" Or, "Not yet, thank you." If you are ready, you can start with, "Yes, I'm ready to order," or "Yes, we are."
To order, you can use a few common phrases. The most direct is, "I'll have the dish name, please." For example, "I'll have the grilled salmon, please."
Another polite way is, "I'd like the dish name, so I'd like the pasta carbonara." Or, "Could I get the soup of the day?" This one is very common too.
Remember, "I'll have" is a contraction of "I will have." It's very common in spoken English, especially when ordering. It's concise and natural.
What if you have questions about the menu? Maybe you don't understand an ingredient, or you want to know how spicy something is.
Great point. Don't be shy. You can ask, "What exactly is ingredient name?" Or, "Is this dish very spicy?" You can also ask, "Does this come with something specific, like rice or salad?"
And if you have dietary restrictions or allergies, it's crucial to mention them. "I have a nut allergy. Is this dish safe for me?" Or, "Is this gluten-free?" Most restaurants are very good about this.
Yes, absolutely prioritize your health. Also, if you want something prepared a certain way, like your steak, you can specify, "I'd like my steak medium rare, please." Or, "Could I have the dressing on the side?"
Having the dressing on the side is a classic request for salads, by the way. It means they put the sauce in a separate little container, so you can add as much or as little as you want.
That's a great little tip. Okay, let's practice ordering food. We'll give you a few options. Repeat after us.
First, "I'll have the chicken sandwich, please."
Your turn. "I'll have the chicken sandwich, please."
Next, "Could I get the vegetarian lasagna?"
Repeat. "Could I get the vegetarian lasagna?"
And for asking a question, "Is this dish very spicy?"
Practice it. "Is this dish very spicy?" Fantastic, you're doing so well.
Now, let's talk about those little interactions that happen during your meal. These are often small, quick exchanges, but they're important for a smooth dining experience.
That's right. For example, if you need something, like more water, a napkin, or perhaps a fork you dropped, how do you get the server's attention politely?
The best way is usually to make eye contact and give a small wave, or just wait for them to pass by. When they look your way, you can say, "Excuse me," which is always polite. Then you can make your request.
So, "Excuse me, could we get some more water, please?" Or, "Excuse me, I seem to have dropped my fork. Could I get another one?" Simple and direct.
Yes, exactly. What if there's a problem with your food? Maybe it's cold, or it's not what you ordered.
This can be a bit tricky, but again, stay polite. You can say, "Excuse me, I think there might be a mistake with my order. I ordered the correct dish, but this is wrong dish." Or, "Excuse me, my food is a bit cold."
The key is to use "I think" or "it seems" to soften your statement, even if you're sure. It sounds less accusatory. They'll usually apologize and fix it for you quickly.
Yes, being polite goes a long way. What about if you're really enjoying your meal and want to compliment it?
"Oh, that's lovely." You can tell the server, "This food is absolutely delicious." Or, "The chef did an amazing job with this dish." They really appreciate positive feedback.
It makes their day, and it's a great way to practice expressing positive feelings in English. Okay, let's practice these mid-meal interactions.
First one, "Excuse me, could we get some more bread?"
Repeat after me. "Excuse me, could we get some more bread?"
If there's a problem, "I think there's a mistake with my order."
Practice it. I think there's a mistake with my order.
And for a compliment, this soup is fantastic.
Say it aloud. This soup is fantastic. Excellent, you're getting the hang of it.
All right, your meal is done, you're feeling full and happy. Now comes the moment to get the bill and pay. This is another area where people sometimes get nervous.
Yeah, especially with different payment methods or splitting the bill. So how do we ask for the bill, Ava?
The most common and polite way is, "Excuse me, could we get the bill, please?" Or, "Could I have the check, please?" Bill and check mean the same thing in this context, though check is more common in American English.
Good to know the difference. Bill is very common in British English, for example. So after they bring the bill, what if you want to split it with your friends?
You can say, "Could we split the bill?" Or, "Can we pay separately?" Sometimes, especially with larger groups, they might ask, "How would you like to split it?" And you can say, "Half and half," or "two separate bills," or "I'll pay for myself," and they'll pay together.
That's super useful. And what about tipping? Tipping culture varies a lot around the world.
It really does. In many English-speaking countries like the US and Canada, tipping is customary and expected, usually 15–20% of the total bill for good service. If you're paying by card, they'll often ask, "Would you like to add a tip?" Or, "How much tip would you like to add?"
And if you're paying with cash, you can simply say, "Keep the change," if you want to leave the remaining amount as a tip. Or you can specify, "Can you give me change for a 50, please? And I'll leave a tip."
Perfect. And if service isn't included and you're unsure, you can always ask, "Is service included?" Sometimes it's already added to the bill, especially for larger groups.
Okay, let's practice these payment phrases. Remember to speak aloud.
First, "Excuse me, could we get the bill?"
Your turn. Excuse me, could we get the bill?
Next, "Can we split the bill, please?"
Repeat. Can we split the bill, please?
And for tipping, "I'd like to add a 15% tip."
Practice it. I'd like to add a 15% tip. Amazing work!
Before we move on to our mini conversation, let's quickly go over some useful restaurant vocabulary. Knowing these words will make understanding menus and conversations much easier.
Good idea, Ava. Let's start with the parts of a meal. We have appetizers, sometimes called starters. These are small dishes before the main course. Then the main course, which is the biggest dish. And finally, dessert, for something sweet at the end.
Yes, and for drinks, besides water, juice, soda, coffee, and tea, you might see alcoholic beverages like wine, beer, and cocktails. Often there's a separate drinks menu or wine list.
And on the menu itself, you'll see categories like vegetarian options, vegan options, gluten-free, or dairy-free if they cater to those diets. It's helpful to know those terms.
Definitely. Also, think about how food is prepared. You might see grilled, roasted, fried, baked, steamed. These words describe the cooking method.
And adjectives to describe food. Taste, delicious, tasty, fresh, savory, sweet, spicy, bitter, sour. These are all great for giving feedback or asking questions.
And remember, if you're really hungry, you're starving. Not literally, usually, but it's a common exaggeration. And if you're full, you can say, "I'm stuffed," or "I'm satisfied."
Those are fantastic words to know for real-life conversations. Okay, are you ready for a mini conversation? This will bring everything we've learned together in a practical example. I'm ready!
For this mini conversation, Lily and I will act out a scenario at a restaurant. I'll be the customer and Lily will be the server. Pay close attention to the phrases we use.
All right, scene starts now. Server voice. Welcome to the Cozy Corner. Do you have a reservation tonight?
Customer voice. Yes, we do. It's under the name Ava for 2 people at 7 p.m.
Ah, yes, Ava. Right this way. Here is your table. Your server will be right with you. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
Server voice. Approaching table. Good evening. My name is Sarah, and I'll be your server tonight. Can I get you started with some drinks?
Customer voice. Hi, Sarah. Yes, please. I'll have a glass of your house red wine, and my friend will have a sparkling water.
Excellent choice. I'll be right back with those. Have you had a chance to look at the menu?
Yes, we have. We're ready to order whenever you are. Pause. Actually, just a quick question. What exactly is the catch of the day?
The catch of the day tonight is fresh pan-seared cod, served with roasted vegetables and a lemon dill sauce. It's very popular.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I'll have the catch of the day, please. And my friend will have the vegetarian risotto.
Great! So, one catch of the day and one vegetarian risotto. Anything else for you?
No, that's all for now, thank you.
All right, your food will be out shortly. A while later, how is everything tasting?
It's absolutely delicious, thank you. The cod is cooked perfectly. A bit later, excuse me, could we get the bill when you have a moment?
Certainly. I'll bring that right over. Returns with the bill. Here you go. Are you paying together or would you like to split it?
Could we split the bill evenly, please? We'll both pay with card.
No problem at all. Process payment. And would you like to add a tip?
Yes, I'd like to add a 20% tip, please. Finishes payment. Thank you so much for the wonderful service.
You're very welcome. Come back and see us again soon.
End scene.
And scene. Wow, Lily, that was such a smooth conversation. Did you all notice how natural those phrases sounded?
I hope so. We used nearly all the phrases we covered today, from reservation to payment. That's the power of practice, you know? Just seeing them in action makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. Now, before we wrap up, we want to give you a few practical tips for improving your English fluency, not just in restaurants, but in general.
My first tip is, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Seriously, everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. The goal is communication, not perfection. The more you speak, the more confident you'll become, and the fewer mistakes you'll make over time.
That's so true, Lily. My second tip is to practice regularly, even if it's just for a few minutes a day. Try role-playing these restaurant scenarios with a friend, or even just talking to yourself in the mirror. Describe your favorite meal, or pretend to order from a menu.
Yes, consistency is key. My third tip would be to immerse yourself. Listen to English podcasts like ours, watch TV shows and movies in English, and try to notice how people naturally interact in different situations. Pay attention to the speed, the intonation, and the common phrases.
Those are all fantastic tips. Remember, learning a language is a journey, not a race. Every time you practice, every time you speak, you're getting closer to your fluency goals.
And we're here to help you every step of the way. We hope this episode has given you the confidence and the tools to handle any restaurant conversation in English like a pro.
Practice these phrases, listen to the episode again, and try to use them next time you're in a restaurant. You'll be amazed at how quickly you improve.
Thank you so much for joining us on Thesaurus Thrive today. If you found this episode helpful, please give us a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more English fluency tips.
Yes, your support helps us create more content just for you. Keep practicing, keep thriving, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.
See you next time, everyone. Happy speaking!